challenge now is Daniel Dubois and to become IBF heavyweight champion again. Do you need to be at your absolute best to overcome that challenge?
Yeah, probably better than my absolute best. It's going to be a tough night's work for sure. I always felt I could hurt people. I get paid to fight.
Yeah.
I used to fight for free, a lot. So now I get paid to fight, so it's no problem. By the time I arrive undisputed, I should arrive there like a king. It's just Daniel Dubois. It could have been anyone.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Let's talk boxing. Let's talk about the last 12 months. Fights in the UK, O2 Arena, fights in Saudi. How would you sum up the last sort of 11, 12 months?
Progressive. We started off on a rocky road, coming off a defeat to the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. Gone on to be a credible fighter, credible heavyweight. So come off 2 defeats to him. You know how it is, isn't it? You always believe in yourself, but it's hard when people stop believing in you as well. And so you have like a lot of pressure from people saying that, yeah, you're not that same person anymore, so you got to go back and rebuild. So I went through that rebuilding process. And if you look at the consistency, I'm not saying I've beaten world champion after world champion, but in order to get to the world championships, I've had to take steps. And each fight has led me to here. So each fight has been a good progression from going 12 rounds with Franklin, 7 with Hellenius, which was supposed to be Dylan, down to 5 with Wallin, then to 2 with Ngannou. And who knows what will happen September 21st.
Did you ever question whether or not it is still there, that kind of, that fire to want to go back and be destructive where you're stopping people? Did you ever, at any stage in that rocky moment, say, have I still got what it takes?
I always felt I could hurt people, but the thing is, in a heavyweight fight, everyone can.
Yeah.
That's what makes the heavyweight division so exciting, is one of those divisions where you don't want to turn, you don't want to blink, because anything can happen at any time. So it wasn't so much can I do it, it was like, how good am I? Let's say I meet someone who can take one of my main attributes, which is strength. Let's say he can take that. What else do I have to offer? So I went and explored ways to improve as an athlete, as an all-round athlete. And I always look at the Ngannou fight. The guy was a juggernaut. He was massive. And I thought to myself, if I only depended on strength, it would have been a lot tougher fight. But due to the fact I went through a process where I tried to improve my IQ, I was able to dispatch of Goliath in quick fashion. I'm not saying he was an elite boxer, but I just took it. Yes, very strong. And I took it on the premises of what he done with Tyson Fury, who was a current WBC champion. He gave Fury one of his toughest nights in the ring. So I thought, this guy, he knows what he's doing. And due to the fact that I went away and I studied, I learned about some different tricks, I was able to dispatch of him in 2 rounds when the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury, struggled to take him 10 rounds.
No fighter will ever be perfect, right? Every fighter needs to add stuff to their game.
Yeah.
But now that you're 34, do you almost feel like you've started to almost get everything that you can collectively to become the best AJ?
Better, not the best.
Okay. The best is still to come?
Yeah. The best is always going to be yet to come. So me as a boxer, as I am giving a service to my fans, I'm giving a service to the sport, I should never sit back and be like, yeah, I'm the best I am. I always got to look at myself and sit down with my team. So how can we make this better? How can we make this better? So yeah, I try and improve in every aspect.
I guess the challenge now is twofold. I know you want to fight the best, and that's what you've always done in your career, but there's an opportunity to become champion again. So the challenge now is Daniel Dubois and to become IBF heavyweight champion again. It's the first belt you won as well.
Yeah.
Do you need to be at your absolute best to overcome that challenge?
Yeah, probably better than my absolute best to beat Daniel. I respect him as a fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Good fighter, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Very,
very talented. And I like I look at the pros in people, and I like the family. The synergy he has with his family. It plays a massive part. The influence that families have in a fighter's career, I think that is helping Daniel along the way. So, and this is part of their plan, isn't it? So it's not just like he doesn't belong here. It's been part of their plan. So it's going to be a tough night's work for sure.
Is there a part of you, a small part, that's annoyed it isn't Wilder? Because there was a lot of talk it could be Wilder if Wilder came through that fight against Zhang.
No, the fight could still happen.
Yeah.
You
think?
Yeah, well, for me, why not? I've always said it's not a big deal for me. It is what it is. I get paid to fight. Yeah. I used to fight for free, a lot. So now I get paid. I get paid to fight. So it's no problem. Let's say strip away the bright lights and the trash talk and stuff. It's only a fight. So yeah, I'd fight Wilder. But it's just Daniel Dubois. Yeah. And I said it at the press conference table, it could have been anyone. Yeah. I never overlook anyone. I respect every fighter, and everyone has an opportunity to be in a position providing they work hard, and Daniel just worked hard enough to put himself there, so be it.
Have you been surprised by his trajectory? I mean, not many people a couple of years ago would have thought we're talking about Daniel Dubois, the heavyweight champion of the world, going to fight AJ at Wembley Stadium. That name would have been replaced by so many others before Daniel Dubois. Have you been surprised at how quick he's got there?
Yeah. They have belief in him. That's why they keep giving him these opportunities. So someone out there believes in him, and he keeps getting opportunity after opportunity. It reminds me of the Frank Bruno story. He had opportunity after opportunity to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world, and sooner or later he got it.
He did. He certainly did. Yeah. That's Dubois' position right now. You were ringside for the Hrgović fight, so you saw it up close, as everyone did, right? How impressed were you with that performance against a guy in Hrgović everyone at the time said was a top 6, top 7 heavyweight?
I went to the fight, I watched. I think Hrgović, as you said, was a boogeyman. People respected him. And he put up a good fight, but it wasn't good enough. And there was moments in the fight where the tides were turning in Daniel's favour, the tides were turning in Hrgovic's favour, and I'm thinking, this is a good fight. I could see how Daniel was starting to edge, and that was down to conditioning, I think. So he was able to keep on breaking through brick walls after brick wall. And after a while, Hrgović, he wasn't managing to run through brick wall after brick wall. You know, when you run into it and it shatters a bit, then you got to run into it again, and before you know it, you just couldn't break through the brick wall again. And if it wasn't for the cuts, I feel Daniel would have got him out there at some stage.
Yeah, felt like it was coming.
Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned Daniel's family. Obviously, his dad's a big component of that, always ringside cheering on Daniel, which I think is important. Don Charles has been a massive key as well, it feels like. Another father figure behind Daniel. You can speak to what a new trainer can do. Ben Davison's given you that new lease of life. Don's definitely done that for Daniel. On the outside looking in anyway, it looks like. Yeah,
I know Don well. I know Chisora well. That's where I first met Don. Ian Dewberry. Actually knew him from youth offenders, from being a youth offender. Yeah, I knew Ian before boxing.
Wow. A nice guy. You wouldn't know that.
The hostels. No, he was like
the head of the youth
mentor.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the head of the youth offenders, and then he sees me at the boxing gym, and so I know their setup, and they push you, they work you hard, and what I like about them is that they're not just trainers that work from stats, they work from spirit. So yeah, I think Daniel's in good hands with Don.
Another one, Riyadh Season Ambassador as well, I saw.
Yeah, so Riyadh Season Ambassador, they're doing amazing things, and it's like, come out to Saudi, check what we're doing. We're even taking Riyadh Season to LA with Crawford. We're taking Riyadh Season to Wembley, me versus Daniel Dubois. So Riyadh Season is big, so being an ambassador, showcasing what they've got going on in Saudi Arabia, that's not only in Saudi but around the world. And you know I'm the king of being ambassadors of brands, right?
That you are, sir.
Yeah.
The good ones.
That's it.
The good ones.
The best ones.
I've always wondered, what's it like for you when you're on that row with other superstars, like Ronaldo's there, and Mourinho's there. What's it like for you when you look at that row and you turn left and right and everyone's there?
So for me, I've never really been into the whole superstardom thing. I've always... I don't know, I've never really been into sports. I never watched too many films growing up. But what I do look at now, I just look at like the character of people.
Okay.
And when I get to learn about the character of people, what I then do, I take it back to my household and amongst my community. And I'm like, I was with Ronaldo and he told me this. And if you operate in this way, that's how he's managed to do this. So rather than just being in awe, I'm like, now I'm sitting next to someone that everyone admires. Let me try to tap into his psyche and see how he's managed to get where he's got to. So I'm able to sit with people who would normally charge thousands of pounds for an hour meeting, for example, you know, a consultation with Cristiano Ronaldo, how much would that cost someone? So I'm lucky enough to sit with him at the boxing, so I try and use it as a time to pick his brain.
You know, every time I've spoken to boxers like yourself that I feel like have achieved everything, I know you still think there's a lot to come. Loads to come. Yeah. So this probably answered the question, but I've spoken to Canelo, I've spoken to Golovkin, people that have achieved, and I've always asked them the same question: is what is the motivation? Because I always look at this sport, as you know, as a dangerous sport, and I've always said get in, get rich, and get out. Right? You've got in, hopefully you've made some good money, some good investments. What is the want? Like, what is the reason you're still here and you're still grinding every single day to achieve these dreams? What's the want?
It's a good question, and it's forever changing, the reasons as to why, because certain things that I say I'm doing it for, they happen. Then it's like, what's next? One of the main reasons right now is my community. I want to fight for charities because I want to set up sustainable charities. Growing up, I remember when we used to have like our youth centres. Yeah. And like my dad's generation, I don't know how they done it, but they just used to have halls where they could host events and
weddings,
things for the community. Yeah. But I think now there's so much development happening. So anyway, I believe in sustainability and creating an ecosystem, and I fight now not just for myself, because I have everything I need. Not in the sense that I've got everything I need, but I'm quite settled with what I need.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm happy. I've got my tracksuits in abundance. I've got my trainers in abundance. I'm blessed. So it's more so now we're trying to create something to help other people. So when I fight with the spirit of thousands of people that I'm trying to help behind me. So it's not just for myself. I think of like, if I can get through this fight, I can really go and help so many people in the back of this. And I'll be able to do a lot more once I finish boxing. But right now I'm setting the foundations, and we are working at creating sustainable charities to help a lot of people.
Do you dream of becoming undisputed?
No. It's in the sense that it'll be a blessing, but what I dream of more so is, I'm quite like a short-term dreamer. So my dreams are always changing because I achieve it. So I'll be like, all right, how can I make this the best week ever? All right, once I get through this week, all right, boom, now I've got that together. Now I'm able to do this. So I'm not like looking at undisputed. I just analyze every small step first. So undisputed is a goal far in the distance. But believe you me, when I arrive at undisputed, I'm going to arrive like a king because I've achieved every small detail. I haven't skipped anything. So by the time I arrive at undisputed, I should arrive there like a king. I tried it. Yeah, my Agbada, you know, like that's our traditional way. Yeah. But like when I lost to Usyk the second time, that's what it hurt me so much, because I chased the undisputed, like that road to undisputed slogan. We chased that. I went round fighting individual champions and unifying the division, and it was just like it just got ripped away from it at the last minute. So now I've got to go through that process step by step again.
Yeah. Good luck. The next step, September 25th.
Let's go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.